A question that may come up for many of you, of course, you're here watching this video, so you probably at least have some answers, but it's why should I collect water from fog? I'm going to provide a few reasons. There's maybe reasons why you wouldn't want to do it, but I'll give you the reasons why you would want to do it. One is simply to get water. And of course, that's the most common reason people would like to get water from fog is they want another source of water. You probably want another source of water. We're in many places are in water-stressed times. We have droughts that are becoming more intense in light of climate change, for instance. So to get water, what do we use water for? Well, we could use it to drink. I don't recommend just drinking water you collect from fog or for that matter from rain either. You would need to treat it, make sure that it's clear of any contaminants. But there's a source anyway from which further treatment could be undertaken. Another reason is for agriculture. Perhaps you want to grow plants that you can eat or even for ornamental purposes or even for pollinators. So fog water can provide some of the liquid moisture needed to support various plants. Reforestation in places that have either been burned or the forest or trees otherwise removed. Since trees are natural fog collectors and they're not there, having something in place of the trees that can collect water to provide the moisture for the new foliage is also something that could be considered for fog water collection. Another example would be of why you'd want to collect water from fog would be to provide water for animals. Could be animals that you have, that you own, or it could be perhaps wild animals that don't have a source of water, so they're starting to encroach upon populations. But if there were water collected from fog even in some more remote areas, so that the animals would not encroach upon human populations, that could be a benefit as well. So those are a few reasons why you'd want to collect water in order to get water. Other reasons why it's interesting to collect water from fog are simply for fog research. The amount of water you collect from fog in a given amount of time tells you something about the fog that's there. Not all fogs are the same. Some fogs aren't going to provide water. Some fogs are going to provide less water. Some are going to provide more or less water depending on the type of mesh that you use to collect it. I'll talk more about that in a different video. But by collecting water from fog, it gives you some insight into fog itself. Finally, let's just admit it, it's kind of a cool thing to do. It's interesting. It gets people excited. There's kind of nothing like seeing a bunch of water, a liter or 2 liters, that you've collected from fog. That's something of interest and something people probably initially think when they decide that they want to try to collect water from fog. All right. With that, I'll be talking in other videos about some of the pros and cons and the typical amounts that you're going to get from collecting water from fog. The amount should be an important consideration in deciding whether you're going to do it, the amount that you think you need and the amount that you think you can get from fog.